Peace, 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 y'all. It's your boy ActionFiggySkinny here again with another quick hit review. And today, as you see, we have a joint that I wasn't expecting until June, but we have it here early in March. Here we've got Professor X in his Savage Land getup, aka the tactical gear, his field gear, you know, the shit that he puts on when he's trying to do some battling things. This is what Charles puts on. He puts on the green outfit. This is the green outfit we've seen him trapped in the Savage Land with, where you can all kind of walk. Of course, it was more like an olive brownish when it was on the cartoon TV show. More green in the comics. This is like a healthy in-between. I wish it went with more of a brown-green, but hey, I'm cool with this. This is cool. Again, this wasn't supposed to be released until June. And I believe it was supposed to be a Toys R Us exclusive here in Canada, or at least it was going to be at GameStop and Toys R Us. But, you know, I got this joint here at CMD store because, you know, they rock with me, I rock with them. We get their stuff early. It's all good. And with Toys R Us closing down like wildfire here in Montreal, man, I mean, I'm just happy I got this now. So, without further ado, we about to see what's in this box. Yeah, real quick, and for those who care, the back reads, in the treacherous jungles of a hidden Antarctic valley, Charles Xavier finds himself without his powers alongside Magneto amidst a slew of prehistoric creatures. Yeah, man, this is talking exactly about Savage Land Professor X, that season 1 X-Men, season 2, where the dudes were trapped, couldn't get out, whole season of Magneto and Professor X just walking around, ain't doing nothing, meeting up with Kazar, you know, meeting up with, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I actually need to bring those out for the comparison. But yeah, let's get into this thing. What? And here he is, fresh out the package. And man, this guy's looking pretty good to me. I'm satisfied. It's not something that like I was screaming for. It's not a fig that I was like begging for. Like, oh man, I got to put him in his combat suit. But now that I have him, I'm good with it. As again, I mentioned, the comic book version of this and kind of the original cartoon version of this is more of a brownish olive green, kind of matching like the brick back behind there. But I mean, it's pretty much a dull color. You don't really want to put that on a figure. So like, I understand why they went with this like green here. I get it. I mess with it. I think it's cool, you know, but yeah, otherwise this guy's basic. I'm glad he didn't give him like that goofy smiling face like we got on that warlord or warrior figure that on the other one that's on the retro card. His face is somewhat neutral, normal looking. You know, he's got a stern look in there. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. In terms of articulation, you're not getting much. And I'll get into that. But first, let's go ahead and get into the accessories that this guy comes with, which is also not much, and it's pretty basic. Things that he needs and you would expect with the Professor X, and other things that you're just like, all right, I understand why, why they did that. I understand why they gave it. But I will say my harp with this fig is that, and I don't like it because they very much went with the same body as Molecule Man and Dormammu, the new Dormammu, the smaller, like more human version. And like I didn't really love the torso on that because it doesn't go anywhere in terms of range. It's just there. But I understand this Professor X in the comics and in the show, he was either walking or he wasn't walking. You're not really having him do the crazy articulation. Some people might want to do that, but I understand why they kind of go with the, I guess, lesser loved or lesser, favored mold. So it's cool. It's cool. But otherwise, yeah. Let's get into those accessories and then get into that articulation, and we'll go into comparisons. This is going to be quick. It's going to be quick because, it's Professor X. He's a cool character, but you know what I mean? I do have mad ideas for photos. Now, in terms of accessories, he doesn't come with much. First up, he comes with the standard Professor X pointy to the head hand, but this time I believe it's on his... No, it's the left. It's the left. It's always been the left. It's usually the left that they go with. So that's nice. Cool. He also comes with a set of trigger fingers, which I'm not sure why the trigger fingers, but sure. The Dormammu fig also came with the trigger fingers, and I'm not too understanding of that, but sure, it makes sense. And then it also looks like he comes with a new version of Cerebro, or at least the new version of the portable Cerebro helmet, which I'm going to see how this fits on his head in about a second, and do all the hand switchiness and such. But yeah, that's it for accessories. And I mean, what else could Professor X really come with? So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that articulation of your boy. All right, so yeah, articulation. As I mentioned before, I wasn't a big fan of the torso that they chose, at least the upper torso they chose for this guy. Arms are cool, but just the upper torso, I'm not down. Just because, I mean, it just got no range. There's no range, and I'm not really cool with it. The pants, if I can compare it to the Dormammu, which I didn't bring him down because he would have knocked over a lot of figs, and I'm being super honest with you guys, being transparent here, he would have knocked over a lot of figs. I'm not really trying to do that. The time it would take me to put those all back would be horrendously long, and I just got the room looking good. So, all to say, I did look at him, and it seems like he has the same pants as Dormammu and the same like upper torso. The arms may be the same, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna say I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure the arms are not the same, just because they would have to have used all of this, and they probably more or less resculpted new arms for him just for them to be pinless. The other one was not pinless, and if they were pinless, it wasn't like a good pinless, because he had like buffered and like fluffier arms versus these were more like a straightforward bodysuit. So that's how I'm sure. Y'all can get at me in the comments. No, I'm playing with y'all. Don't get at me in the comments. All to say, torso on this guy is horrendous because he goes back not like, come on. And again, Professor X, you don't want him to do the most, but at least you want him to do some. Forward, nothing's really happening. He's not really going forward too much. You know what I mean? So it's not anything. He looks up damn well, like really, really well. I believe he's on a, oh goodness. Well, look at that. Yeah, he's on one of those annoying peg things that I cannot stand, because for reasons like this, that can go ahead and happen, and you can go ahead and lose your whole fig's head in the fucking neck, and that's annoying. So let me just go ahead and pop that back in and pause this real quick. Hold on. All right, so here we go, and we're back. As you can see, he does have a not a standard disc hinge that I prefer. He's got one of them like new necky things that is, you know, to me prone to popping the fuck off and not really working out. That's why that doesn't work. Excuse my neighbors, they're loud as shit and they don't really care about anything. So yeah, they're upstairs and they make noise, mad noise. Well, I'm in the basement, but anyways, all to say. Yeah, so the neck, it gets really dope range. I like that. Looks down pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Up is very nice. Side tilt. You mean you're getting another side tilt over here. Can do all that ranginess, but you're not getting a head sculpt switch like I wanted to do in my comparisons with the other Professor X, just because that neck joint is going to pop out of the whole neck, out of the thing, and I'm afraid to lose that, and it's like I have bad luck with that. All to say, so the ab crunch is nothing, the neck movement is good, arms are double jointed, like so, all right, you know what I mean? It's very nice, and the forearm does that thing. Horizontal with the forearm, other side as well. Same thing, double jointed, horizontal with the forearm. Looking good, looking good, looking good. It's feeling good, it's looking good. Everybody's happy with that. In terms of knees, double jointed, like so. I am struggling with this because it's very, 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 very tight, and you don't really want to have to break these. But that's how he is, double jointed with the knees. Zoom that out a bit so y'all can see that it's touching. Of course, it's Professor X, so you'll never really have him in those positions, unless, you know, actually no, when he was running around and punching people in the face in the Savage Land, like, you know, he's getting busy. So there you go. Still never understood why the fact that he would lose his powers in the Savage Land and would regain the ability to walk, even though him having his powers and he was disabled by homeboy Shadow Man. All to say, my heater just came on, so I'm going to try and make this go quick because that thing's super noisy. And I'm being, again, super transparent with y'all during this review because I'm just playing around. Just playing around. But yeah, that's it for articulation on Homeboy. He's looking good. I'm liking this. Let's go ahead and get into comparisons real quick. Yeah. Real quick. Here he is with the Cerebro helmet on, and it's a snug fit, but it actually works really, really nicely. This is definitely modeled after the X-Men 97 look of the Cerebro, so I'm super, super down with that. Also forgot to mention before, our man has a boot cut, which is great. Boot cut is awesome, and feet articulation is the standard, but if they did not include that, I would have been real crazy mad, and I'm not trying to bend that because that might break. All to say, let's go and switch those hands up too before we get into comparison. There he is with the trigger fingers, which again, don't know why he would have trigger fingers, but he has them and they move like trigger fingers horizontally, you know, extended. So you could get Professor X trying to really pop some fools like that, you know what I'm saying? You can get him like all like that, looking badass on Tang. Yeah. And last, and there he is with the telekinesis hand on him. We're going to just go ahead and adjust that to put it more like in front of his head, you know, like he's pointing at his forehead and he's like, yeah, this is what he's about. I'm liking it. I think that looks cool. Let's go and get the focus in on that. Yeah, it's looking nice. It's looking nice. So yeah, now let's get into comparisons. And off rip, I'm probably going to compare him with the older Professor X since I can't do the head swap. I'm cool with that, but we're just going to get into that real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Blank. So here he's compared to the old Professor X that came with his hover chair, and I'm immediately liking this one better. The newer one is taller, beefier body, not the best body, but it's better than the standard suit body. With this one, the body being so small, you had like the head that kind of looked like it just was too big for the body, whereas this more looks like a human head, just a bald man on a somewhat muscular younger body. I don't know if this is supposed to represent an older Professor X or it's just the same guy. He just looks beefier or better in his kind of field mission suit versus his regular green suit, but I'm definitely messing with this more. I like it a lot better. What I would have liked to do as I zoom in here, I would have liked to really just kind of swap the heads and see what it looks like. You can kind of get an idea of what this would have looked like on here, but essentially this is it. Yeah. If you guys want to know what he looks like in his hover chair, there will be a reel that I'll be posting with that going down, but I'm also going to do it in this video just to show y'all real quick. Let's jump into that right now before we get more comparisons. There he is in a hover chair, looking dope. I mean he slips in very nicely, easily. As you can see, just bent like that, pop him in, and he's good to go. It looks official tissue. I'm digging this. I'm liking the way that looks, much better than old suit body. This is definitely the Professor X that's going up on the shelf. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very thoroughly happy with this. More comparisons. Let's go. Okay, so we compared him to, you know, himself. Let's go ahead and compare him to one of his first students. That's our man on the Dark Phoenix Cyclops, which he's taller than, and that's okay. It's kind of weird, but he's mostly going to be in a freaking wheelchair next to this dude, and I really hope they upgrade the Cyclops soon. Like, I'm really hoping they upgrade the Cyclops very, very soon, because this just needs to be done. And at this point, I've seen a few people like paint and customize like the 97 release, and a few others have done the Astonishing Cyclops, and I like it, but I need an official tissue one. Like, I need something that's official. This looks good, it's great, but you know what I mean, we need something new. Cool, nice comparison. Moving on, we've got the Secret Wars Wolverine, brown suit Wolverine, looking cool. These two look good next to each other. Hold on, let me just get Wolvie up there like good. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, I mean, Professor X standing would be taller than Wolverine, but still, like, it is kind of weird. But yeah, this is what these guys look like. If you're going for a 97 look, X-Men 97 look, these are the colors. This is it. This looks good. Next up we got his boy Magneto. Now, is he taller than Magneto? Because that is problematic or not. I just want to pause that for a sec. These two together look great. He is a little bit taller than Magneto, so scaling wise, I would like them to be more of like an even height, but they are, but I mean, with the helmet, so the helmet should be a little taller than his head. I find that's a little off. Magneto should be taller, but otherwise I'm not mad at this. This looks good. I like the color like contrast between the purple and red and the green and like reddish and like kind of gray in the boots. I also do apologize. I mentioned before that the suit was more of like an olive brownish green. It was definitely like a forest ass green. I just had a probably really crappy and shitty TV at the time, and the colors weren't coming out correctly. So excuse my mistake. Y'all can get me in the comments, but yeah, that's me correcting that. And let's go on to the next comparison, which is going to be the love of his life, Lilandra. That looks super good, super nice, awesome. These two look super good. I got a bunch of idiots upstairs playing with a friggin' dog, and they're making mad noise. So if you guys hear that in the background, leave a comment in the bowl and like this video so I can go ahead and get some money and move up out of this crib so I don't have to deal with these idiots no more. I'm playing. That might stay in the video. Who knows? All to say, this is Lilandra, Empress of the Shi'ar Empire, and these two look awesome next to each other, like quite awesome. Towering over her, just like the Warlord figure, what you expect, but again, very much more of a comic book, not comic book, but TV cartoon X-Men 97 accurate look of Professor X, more compared to Q-Ball over here. Q-Ball was looking kind of strange. This looks great. Next up, we've got Kazar. Commands of the Savage Land, you know what I'm saying? Like, this looks great. These guys pair up very nicely when they were in the Savage Land together. So the fact that they're equal of height, it looks good. I like it. I like it. Very nice. Very nice. Next up, obviously, can't forget him. Gotta throw in Zabu. You know, his trusted friend. Throwing a, you know, tiger in there. See what he looks like. Everybody's happy with that. Zabu's looking nice. Zabu's looking real nice. Very, very nice out here. I like, this guy looks like he's about it. Like, he's about to do something. I like how the Professor X has some to him. Like, it's nice. Next up, we've got, of course, Mr. Sinister. See, I'm glad he's not taller than Sinister. That would have been crazy if he was taller than Sinister. You know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, Sinister and him look very nice next to each other. Very good color comparison, very contrasty, very nice. I like it. I like the reds. I like how they look. It's very good. My Sinister needs to be dusted off a bit, but otherwise, yeah, he's been on the shelf for a long time, so that's what happens. Next up, we've got, oh man, we keep going, y'all. We keep going. Definitely got Bishop from the X-Men 97 wave, wave 1, Bishop. That looks dope. These guys look super, super sick. I'm loving this look. This looks great. These guys look great together. We got the highly sought after X-Men 97 Wolverine next to Professor X, which again, very strange that he's that much taller than Wolverine, but I mean, Wolverine's like 5 foot, so it's gonna happen. It makes sense. I just didn't know that Professor X was that tall. And both of these Wolverines standing next to each other look good. Next to him, which also looks good. It's a win. It's a win. To continue, we've got Cable. You know what I mean? Let's see what Cable looks like out here. Cable's looking good. Next to Professor X. Cable's looking awesome. Cable's looking super nice. That's super dope. Let's go ahead and put up Storm? Yeah, let's put up Storm from the 97 wave. Yeah, let's throw in some Storm in there. See what she looks like next to the Professor. Pull that up. Looks nice. Looks super good. If you're kind of like, if you're looking for an X-Men 97 look, or at least a cartoon accurate look to Professor X or your characters, this is the one to go for. I mean, I wouldn't even get the re-release of the hover chair Professor X that's coming out like next week. Actually, I wouldn't even get that. If you could find the hover chair somehow, which you're not, but if you could somehow find the hover chair by itself, I would cop this and definitely go ahead and get that. I would cop this Professor X and get the hover chair and put these two together because it looks that good. You don't need the other old suited body one if you have this one. He comes with a better Cerebro. He looks better. I'm already saying this, and I'm like, look, I'm looking at this, and I'm just like, nah, B, like, it's just not it. This is not it. So here he is next to Gambit, real quick. Gambit was a sleeper from this wave. I feel like people slept on this Gambit, but Gambit looks really nice next to Professor X. We got Rogue next. Yes, we got the retro carded Rogue, which he's also taller than her, but again, not minding this. He's going to be in a hover chair mostly, so it's not going to really matter. But Rogue looks good next to homie. And lastly, got our boy Slim. Slim and him. Slim with the tilted brim. Scott Summers. Yeah. Scott Summers, 97 with the, I believe, VHS head sculpt on it. Looking good, looking great. Everything's completed, man. Everything's looking nice, man. That's the comparisons here. Yeah, I'm going to go into my final thoughts on this fig, and we're going to wrap this up real quick. But yeah, I'm quite, as you can see, I'm happy. So the final thoughts are going to be, positive on homie. Real positive, real positive. Let's go. Okay, final thoughts. Y'all know what this is. This fig looked great. I'm giving him for a retro carded fig that I wasn't expecting. Not expecting, but I wasn't really like crazy about when I saw him announced. I was like, okay, cool. Like I thought I was more excited about this than the Jean Grey that they announced. But now that I have him in hand, yeah, I'm rocking with him. And this is like he gets a 7 on 10 because I don't care for the lack of ab anything on the torso, but I like the look and I like the head sculpt more than I like the original. The Cerebro's nice. That's cool. So he's getting a 7 out of 10 just because the body they chose for him was weak sauce, but I understand they didn't really have any like slender bodies that aren't super outdated that they could use anyways. So I get it, but that's just my rating system. It doesn't have to make sense to you. It makes sense to me. I'm gonna rock with this one. I'm replacing this guy. This guy's out of here. Sorry, old Professor X, but you are a dunzo. Like, I'm just not messing with you anymore. So this is old busted. This is new hotness. We're rocking with the new hotness now. And yeah, if you guys liked this video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, share that joint, do all the things, because I'm just trying to get this little channel up. And you know what I mean? Like, all the things that y'all do with the liking and the sharing and the supporting helps your boy. So go ahead, do all those things, and keep watching my other videos, because I have like other reviews and I put those up like, you know, 2-3 times a week sometimes. Maybe, you know, you might get lucky, catch another good one this week. Who knows? All to say, keep fit, have fun, keep collecting, and catch y'all on the next one. It's your boy, ActionFiggySkinny, and peace. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Bye-bye.